is The Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, The Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on The Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAIA Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on The Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
The Jason Walker Show, broadcasting from the Major Mortgage Man Cave. Here's Jason Walker.
Hey, what up? Happy Tuesday. Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana state law says it is your vehicle, it is your choice. Where you have it repaired, choose Capital Collision Center. Coming up today, the Major Mortgage Man Cave, we have a good show, a great show, as always. We're going to talk to Frontier Conference co-champion and winner of the auto bid to the NAIA playoffs, Ryan Nourse from Montana Western, the head coach, will join us coming up. Also going to talk Auto Concepts Performance of the Week. We have on this day in history. So much more coming up as well. And we'll squeeze in your Montana Rodeo Roundup as well, too. Lots of stuff. We're going to crown state volleyball champs as well. Get you set for a state football championship weekend and a little college football game coming up this weekend as well. You can watch on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube. Listen on Podbean, Network One Sports, TreasureStateRadio.com, and much more. Our Twitter handle @JWalkerSports. Our phone number 406-209-1267. If you'd like to weigh in on anything, also get your nominations in for the Auto Concepts Performance of the Week, and much more. As always, you can email too, Jason@JasonWalkerShow.com. All right, so let's get started. Had a good weekend. Hope you did too. We had a long weekend. Flew out Thursday. So about 2 months ago or so, my wife, bless her heart, decides, hey, my oldest daughter, Faith, was not going to, we saw her in May down in Bozeman, but she's a grad student down at Auburn. And she said she didn't think she was going to be able to make it home for the next year. So my wife came up with the idea to go down and surprise her and my little one who was missing her sister. So that's what we did. We flew out Thursday, flew into Atlanta, spent the night, and then got up Friday and drove into Auburn, Alabama, which is it's great drive, about an hour and a half drive or so. You can't see anything because there's so many trees. It reminded me of being in South Carolina a little bit, in Columbia. But anyway, a lot of great scenery. And we got into Auburn, and then went to dinner that night, surprised the heck out of my oldest daughter, and my little girl, really. It was fun. So Faith and Winnie had a good time. Saturday went to the Auburn football game, which I don't know if you follow on social media, but I got to tell you, man, being a Bobcat fan is awesome. Bobcat Stadium is fantastic. But SEC football, I'd never been. Holy cow. SEC football it hits you a little bit different. Jordan-Hare Stadium, home of 80,000 plus people, and nearly packed. It wasn't quite a sellout, but it was pretty darn awesome. I'm not sure why that camera or that picture's a little sideways, but oh well. But man, it was super fun being down in Auburn, watching the football game, seeing my daughter and her boyfriend. And just lots of fun. And if you ever get a chance to go to an SEC game, holy cow. It just feels different. It really does. So I'm sporting my new Auburn wear. Not sure I'll be an Auburn Tiger fan. They ended up losing to Mississippi State. Not sure if you saw the game or not, but it was 28-3. So that was a big funny thing on social media. Auburn led 28-3 in the second quarter over the Bulldogs of Mississippi State and head coach Mike Leach. But then Mississippi State scored the next 40 points and ended up winning, I think 43-34 was the final. But it was a great game. First time Auburn was 65-0 going into a game when leading by 25 points or more, and they led 28-3, so 25 points, and ended up losing that game. So that's their first loss in history when leading by 25 plus points or more. It was pretty awesome. It was a great football game. Bo Nix broke his ankle. Saw where that happened. He's out for the year. Happened in the third quarter. And the guy sitting next to me, he's like, Bo's limping when he came off the sideline, and turns out to be a broken ankle. But it was a fun time. It was a great trip. Sunday just kind of hung out and drove around. Good food down there that you can't get up here, obviously. But yeah, it was crazy. SEC football. Now, look, I know Grizz fan, Cat fan, both. Our place is the best. Look, I love Bobcat Stadium game day atmosphere. I've yet to be at Washington Grizzly Stadium. I'm actually not going to make it this year for Cat Grizz. I was planning on it, but I'll actually be in Dutton calling the six-man football championship, which will be a lot of fun. But man, if you've been to SEC games, you know what I'm talking about. There's just nothing like it. Nothing like it. People will walk literally for miles because there's no parking, really, around the stadium. It's not like a NFL or some college, like even MSU or whatnot, where you have parking right there. It's not like that. So it was fun. So thanks to the wife. Proud of the oldest, Faith. She's doing great, kicking tail in her grad program down there at Auburn University. So fun stuff. Auburn at South Carolina this week, and then host Alabama Saturday of Thanksgiving. I'd love to be at that one. We're not going to make that one, though. But that would be fun. Jason Walker Show rolls on. Speaking of the Cats and the Grizz, they got a big game football game this weekend. And I saw this on the Twitter, and I wanted to get your thoughts on it. So this guy's name is Lawrence Smith. And this is his playoff projection. This is courtesy of Lawrence Smith on the Twitter at DL Smith 93. So you can see, got Cal Poly in there, right? Yep. The Grizz. Is that San Diego they'd be playing? Or South Dakota, I'm sorry. The Grizz would play in the first round, it looks like, and then get Eastern Washington in the second. What is there, 5 Big Sky Conference teams, I believe? Sacramento State, the 8 seed. He's got Montana State as the 1 seed. Interesting. Cats are ranked 4th, I believe, in the latest FCS poll that came out today. I believe they dropped a spot. North Dakota State moved up 1 after the Cats got the win, but struggled with Idaho. Win's a win, though, right? But that Southern Illinois potential matchup looks good. But I wanted to get your thoughts on, are the Cats truly the best team? Are they the number 1 overall seed? With Sam Houston 2, North Dakota State 3, and is that Villanova, I think, 4? No, Villanova's 5. Interesting. I think the Cats are for sure a seed. They're one of the top 8, win or lose this weekend. Grizz are probably a top 8 seed, win or lose this weekend. Well, with a loss, definitely not an 8 seed, I don't think. With a win, definitely moving up. They're probably a 7 seed if the Grizz win this weekend. And we'll hit on that a little bit later on, but yeah, just interesting stuff. But I wanted to show you that, and if you wanted to weigh in, you could. 209-1267. You can tweet at JWalkerSports on the Twitter. I did get one tweet earlier that said, or a tweet earlier that said, what did it say? Let me get to it. Boom. Kyle said, or did he delete it? No, he goes, I can see the Bobcats being the overall number 1 seed if they beat the Grizz. Second round rematch between Eastern and the Grizz too early. Not disagreeing that. Brawl the Wild 2 for the national title. Look, everybody's talking about that. Said the NCAA would need to move it to Big Sky Country. They're not moving out of Frisco, Kyle, but I like their thinking there. But, yeah, give me your thoughts if you want. You can weigh in at Jay Walker Sports or 406-209-1267 on the Twitter. So, all right. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Some schools definitely did. Some did not. And tough losses, tough wins. There was volleyball champions crowned. And lots of fun stuff. We're going to talk to Ryan Nourse coming up. But let's get some Auto Concepts Performance of the Week nominees, shall we? All of our state champs, congratulations, in volleyball. CMR in AA. Billings Central in Class A, Huntley Project in B, and in C, Manhattan Christian. So those are some of the Auto Concepts performances of the week. Let's see here. Billings West getting past Helena High, and moving to 10-1 and takes on Sentinel. And that'll be Friday night, 7 o'clock. We'll run through all of that. But West defense held Helena without a first down until the end of the first quarter. Held Caden Hewitt to just 147 yards, picked him off once. Bengals held to just 250 total yards. Michael DeLeon played well yet again. Isaiah Clonch, Taco Dowler. But that Billings West offense, 558 yards, 23 first downs. DeLeon with 214 rushes on 29 carries. And it was a pretty good showing by West. Isaiah Clonch, 323 yards passing, couple of touchdowns and a pick. Helena High finishes 9-3. Bengals were down 17-zip before they got on the scoreboard, but West put it away and got the win. You also had Missoula Sentinel racking up tons of offense, 521 yards of offense, just like West. Adam Jones, 3 touchdowns, 173 yards. He caught 2 touchdowns as well. Zach Cruz, 114 rushing yards, 237 passing yards. He also had a sack, 2 TFLs, as Sentinel got past Glacier 42-21. Jones had 229 total yards, while Glacier had just 250 as a team. So, tough Sentinel. They've won 20 in a row. Pretty impressive. Let's see here. In Laurel, Kyson Moran, a couple of touchdowns. He ran for a third. Laurel beat Polson. My Pirates end the season 10-1. Jarrett Wilson played well, but Laurel looking for a back-to-back title. So Kyson Moran, Auto Concepts Performance of the Week nominee. Hamilton got past Lewistown 28-7. Tyson Rostad with 3 touchdown passes and ran for the 4th. Hamilton's defense, 6 interceptions. That's impressive. Class B, Big Fork beat Eureka 7-3. Florence Carlton hammered Jefferson 51-7. Blake Shoup with 3 touchdowns, 2 of them from receiving from Patrick Deshane, who's really good. Tristan Payette's really good. He had a couple of touchdowns as well. Duchesne had 3 touchdown passes. In 8-man, Drummond Phillipsburg, defending champs, beating Fort Benton 38-22. Avery Medish, a couple of touchdown runs. Andrew Talon with a couple of touchdown runs as well. Thompson Falls beat Park City 41-16. Blue Hawks getting the win. In 6-man, Power Dutton Brady beat Shields Valley, so my Rebels fall. But Kellen Doheny with a couple of touchdown passes for the Titans, who will host the state championship game. In fact, I will call that game from Dutton on NFHS Network on Saturday at 1 o'clock, as the Power Dutton Brady Titans will host Floyd Lake, because Mason Detham with a couple of touchdown passes, in fact, 3 of them. Floyd Lake, the defending champs, beat Big Sandy 24-20. Pioneers tried to come back, but didn't happen. So Floyd Lake and Power Dutton Brady play on Saturday, 6-man, 1 o'clock, NFHS Network. I'll have that call for you. So if you want to get anybody nominated in, you can. 209-1267. You can tweet at JWalkerSports and much more. But hope you had a good weekend. We did too. When we come back, we'll recap our picks. We'll also talk to Ryan Nourse. Frontier Conference had itself a little bit of a problem, and they didn't realize it until last Wednesday. What if 3 teams tied for the Frontier Conference regular season title? Well, it happened. And the tiebreakers all came down to, well, who was ranked higher, basically. Because there was no clear head-to-head winner. There was no clear-cut, it was just nuts. Frontier Conference is, from the top down, needs a lot of fixing when it comes to a lot of things. And Montana Western ends up getting the bid. So we'll talk NAIA playoffs with Ryan Nourse, the head coach of the Bulldogs of Montana Western, coming up. Also on this day in history, much more still on the way. Your Auto Concepts Performance of the Week, all still to come here on the Jason Walker Show. We're presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana state law says it is your vehicle, it is your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center. They will take care of you the right way, the first time, and they will. If you're in a wreck, take your vehicle there, like I did last year. I went in the next day. They'd already taken pictures. They'd already emailed. They'd already talked to both insurance companies involved, and they got the job done right the first time. Capital Collision Center on Euclid in Helena. Coming right back, Ryan Nourse will join us from Montana Western next.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender. Do you love to look at photos of Montana, from animals to landscapes and more? Are you looking for a place to get your senior pictures or family portraits done? Are you a business owner looking to upgrade the decor in your offices? Well, look no further than Mark LaRoe Photography. Mark has been shooting beautiful photos all across the Treasure State, from rodeos to portraits, and would love to work with you. Visit marklaroephotography.com to see many masterpieces of his work, then give him a call to schedule your own photo shoot. Or to purchase one of his fantastic pieces, stop by Spirit of the Big Sky Gallery on Custer in Helena. marklaroephotography.com. Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients, along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today.
Fall is officially here, and now is the perfect time to get your rig tuned up before the big hunt. That means a lift kit from Auto Concepts. An Auto Concepts lift kit will help take you places only the animals can go. And when you do get that big one, make sure you have help to get it home with a winch to pull it out. Or maybe you'll be a good friend and help pull someone out of the snowbank. Check out AutoConceptsHelena.com for more ideas. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals. Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back. Jason Walker Show presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana State Law says it is your vehicle, it is your choice. Where you have it repaired, choose Capital Collision Center. This segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena. Going to get to Ryan Nourse coming up as we talk with the Montana Western champion, Bulldog head coach. Coming up this week, we will talk to Alex Eshelman, that's what she said, before Kat Grizz. Rob Stanton, West High coach, Dane Oliver, the Sentinel coach, will join us ahead of the AA state championship game. We've got the helmets behind us. West and Sentinel, everybody kind of predicted it all year long. Also going to talk to Big Fort coach Jim Benn coming up this week as Vikings head into the state championship game. Also, a very cool conversation Thursday. We're going to talk to 3 Helena High Bengal tracksters and cross-country runners. Just some great girls. Odessa Zentz, Kylie Hartnett, and Carly Ryan will all join us Thursday as they signed their national letters of intent last week. And all 3 going to really, really good colleges and universities to run cross-country. And they're all 3 just unbelievable students as well. So we'll talk to them on Thursday for sure. Auto Concepts Performance of the Week nominees, if you so choose to get those in, at Walker Sports, also on the Twitter, or that is on the Twitter. You can also call in 406-209-1267. So we picked 15 games before we headed out to Auburn. Oh, by the way, did I have a couple of videos? Is it okay? Which one is this one? This is kickoff down there in Auburn, and War Eagle is the chant. And if I don't hear War Eagle, for a long time, I'll be okay. That was when Mississippi State came out, the booing. It was pretty cool. War Eagle, hey. Good stuff. All right, it was a lot of fun. We did not pick that game. I would have picked Auburn, but they didn't pull it out. Sentinel pulled it out. Big one over Glacier, 42-21. I got that one right. We missed the Helena High West AA semifinal. I picked the Bengals. They lost 34-14. I picked Polson at Laurel because of my boy Jarrett Wilson. Love that kid. And unfortunately, the Pirates fell 28-14. Lewistown at Hamilton. Hamilton got the win 28-7. We got that one right. Jefferson at Florence Carlton, I was really wrong. I got the team right. I picked the Falcons of Florence Carlton, but we thought it was going to be a close game. It was 51-7. Big Fork at Eureka. Eureka we picked to win, and we were wrong. We picked Eureka. Big Fork got the win. Park City at Thompson Falls, we got wrong. Thompson Falls got the win, 41-16. Drummond Phillipsburg at Fort Benton, we picked 38-31. We got it right. It was 38-22, the final score. We got the team right. Missed on Shields Valley at PDB. PDB won 21-12. Got the Big Sandy Freud Lake right, 24-20. Freud Lake gets the win. College of Idaho at Carroll, we picked wrong, 21-6. College of Idaho needed to win. They did not. They ended up with a share of the Frontier Conference title, but they did not get the auto bid because they lost. Rocky at Western, that winner basically was going to be headed to the NAIA playoffs if College of Idaho lost, which they did. Well, Rocky needed it. They lose, though, 50-42 in 2 overtimes. Western's played 4 overtimes in the last 4 weeks. They've lost in double overtime at the College of Idaho. That was the same day that MSU Northern beat Eastern Oregon in 5 overtimes. Let's see here. Northern at Tech, we got right. Tech wins 41-0. Montana at Northern Arizona, it wasn't the offense that played well, and rather it was the defense for the Grizz. A couple of a fumble recovery and a pick six. Garrett Graves from Eureka with a pick six. And the Grizz win 30-3. We picked the Grizz to win, by the way, and we got the Cats right. Their offense struggled, but touchdown Tommy Malott from Butte with 3 touchdowns, and the Cats won 20-13. So Cats with 9 consecutive wins. We went 9-6 on the week. 9 straight wins for the Bobcats. Montana Western has won 4 of its last 5 as the Bulldogs head into the NAIA playoffs. Joining us now to talk about getting that bid and how are the Bulldogs going to shut down Lindsey Wilson, and how do they plan on scoring against a really good defense? Well, to answer those questions and much more, the head coach of the Bulldogs joining us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. It's Ryan Nourse. Hey, all right, Coach. Congratulations on making the playoffs. A tense couple of days there, I'm sure, 24 hours, but you guys get in. What's the feeling like on campus down there in Dillon?
Oh, man, I mean, tons of excitement, just not here in Dillon, but, kind of throughout the state. And we have so many just outstanding supporters and graduates and, the Frontier Conference, too. I mean, it's we always support one another. We know we need to represent well. I feel a sense of obligation to put a good product out on the field when we go and we go out to Kentucky. So it's been cool. It's one of those things the kids have wanted and we've worked hard for. So now it's over. Now we're gonna play a game.
Take me through this tiebreaker thing. I know the top 20. I know the playoff on the NAIA side, but take me through the Frontier and how this all worked.
Well, I think kind of how it burned out at the end was we won and the other 2 teams lost. So in rankings, especially as the year goes long, once you lose, especially when those losses are going to dictate something, you get bumped out. And both of those teams and great football teams, awesome coaches, good kids. But I think what it came down to is we won out. They didn't. We were going to be the highest ranked team in our conference. Therefore, that's who gets the automatic bid.
Okay. That makes a little bit of sense. This point deal, all that stuff. It's all confusing. Ryan Nourse joining us here on the Jason Walker Show. All right, big win on Saturday though to get you guys into this position. You have to go double overtime, but a huge win for the Bulldogs for sure, right?
Absolutely. I think it kind of comes right down to just who we are as a program. Our kids always fight. I think we have good competitive character. Been a very inconsistent performing year for us, which is a bit out of character, but we did enough at the end of games to be our best to pull some of those games out. So proud of the kids.
You and I talked a few weeks ago about the linebackers and the history and the tradition of Western linebackers, but tell me about Nate Simpkins on that offensive side, because the kid has set all sorts of records. I mean, it feels like he's been there a dozen years, but man, he just is. You talk about consistency. He is Mr. Consistency.
Absolutely, and I think we've just, Nate and John and I have been together for so many years now, and especially Nate, and we just have a great sense and feeling of what each other can do, and I just know who I can call, and the things I can call, and John's very comfortable with where Nate will be. So, I think that's part of it. But then he's just got a good, he's a great small college football player, man. He's got an innate sense of how to move his body and how to get open, and he's got great football intelligence, and he just shows it every single game.
Yeah, he definitely does. He's been a pleasure to watch. There's no doubt about it. All right, you get the win, you get the bid. Now you're off to Kentucky. How much work have you put in over the last 48 hours on Lindsey Wilson?
Gosh, I feel like myself, I've spent more time trying to figure out how the hell we're going to get there than I've got to do football. Thankfully, I've got really good assistant coaches who have been able to put great plans together and do that and help me get ready to call some football plays. So, yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of balancing to, get your team ready to go, get all the stuff that you got to do for the NAIA ready, and travel from rural Montana to rural Kentucky is not as easy as the NAIA thinks. So but we're going to make it work. And, we're putting a lot of hours in, but I mean, that's the cool part about it. I mean, hey, a good accountant puts a lot of hours in at tax time. Good football coaches, you do what you got to do to get your team ready, because, I mean, these kids, this could be the last game, a third of these kids ever play. So we're going to do everything we can to give them the best chance to be successful.
We know how good your defense has been, but how good is Lindsey Wilson's? I mean, they've allowed 75 points all year, and that's impressive right there.
It is. We plan on scoring at least half of that this game. So that's the gig, I think they have the advantage of, they've had some playoff experience. They're at home. They're healthy, because I believe their league I would classify as pretty weak. So, we've got to go with what our advantages are. We've already played 11 tough games, and we've won a ton of games at the end. We've played a lot of fast, physical defenses, and we know how to score. So, those are our advantages, and we just got to see if we're going to be good enough to use those things.
Their offense is pretty explosive, a lot like Western's, but this is a team that's led by Cameron Dukes. How do you shut their offense down that likes to throw the ball for sure? It's almost 2-1.
It's hard telling. I think that they've got great speed. I know that. So I think you've got to have a mix of coverage and pressure, and kind of knowing these games to me. And I played in a lot of playoff games at Morningside, and it really comes down to, what do you do best versus what they do best, and can your base, right, the basics of what you do, compete and or limit the best of what they do. And then after that, it's man, do you make big plays and do you eliminate big plays? And so we're going to be on defense. Can we eliminate some of those big plays?
Right, Nourse, our guest here, Mike Miller, State Farm Hotline, talking about the Bulldogs heading off to Lindsey Wilson for the playoffs, first round. I called your game against Southern Oregon, and I was impressed with how the defense was able to get pressure, really with 3 or 4 guys on the Southern Oregon quarterback. Is that kind of the same plan? Because, I mean, you guys have such a great defense, and that, especially that front 7, and I know the secondary is good, but you guys can get pressure without a lot of blitzing, and I think that's impressive and maybe a benefit for you guys.
Yeah, that's going to be part of it too. And, you hope things can go a couple different ways. With the stuff that we do is our speed and some of our ability to to move and get to the pass are going to be impactful against their offensive line, and are we going to be able to get the quarterback a little bit off of his rhythm? That'll be a big part of it, and we're going to need to be able to turn it loose from the get-go with our defensive linemen. That's been one of the areas of struggle for us this year is those guys have kind of been careful at the start of games and tried to feel things out and play mistake-free instead of, play green light football and go get people. And we're going to need to do that. Confidence will need to be at a premium. You can't sit around and wait when it's one and done.
I got a suggestion for you and John Jund. Don't throw the ball towards Robert Carter. He has 6 interceptions, 8 PBUs. That's a defensive back to probably stay away from.
What number is he?
Number 3.
We're going to throw it at him.
I like it. Challenge him.
We're going to throw it at every single one of them. I mean, you can't. Yeah, I've never felt like you avoid those kind of guys. I think you attack them. And he's a good player for a reason. You got to make them play. So, you run your stuff. We're going to run our stuff. We got our plays. We got our stuff in that we're going to use this week, and we're just going to go and do it. And if he happens to be on Nate Simpkins, well, then we've got to count on Nate Simpkins to win.
I like the challenge. Couple final quick ones for you. You mentioned Morningside. You were there a long time. One more seed, you would have been headed there. That would have been a homecoming.
Yeah, it was kind of funny, and I was talking to Steve on Sunday. I didn't really want to go there because I've been there before. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wanted to go somewhere personally that I'd never been and see something new. But I will miss seeing my old boys at Morningside. I love those guys, and I wish them the best. And hopefully we can play again some other time.
Hey, how do you get from Dillon to Columbia, Kentucky?
It's not easy. You pay a lot of money to get on a charter flight, and you go down to Nashville, and then you drive hours to get up to Campbellsville, and then you go down to Columbia on Saturday and play a football game. So it's a lot like what people would have to do to get from Columbia, Kentucky to Dillon, Montana.
I love it. And then, this is the first time Western's been in the playoffs in 19 years, 2002. A lot of these kids weren't even born yet, Coach. What do you tell them?
Isn't that crazy? You know what? Here's and it sounds a little cliche, but it is honestly true. It's just another game. You have a seat at the table. There's only 16 of you,
Right.
And it's just another game. There's no additional pressure or anything like that. And then when you play in the playoffs, everybody's fast, man. So, but man, I got this advice from a good friend. It's not a track meet; it's a football game. So in football, you get hit in the face. So we're gonna go down there and be tough and physical, like we always are. Play our brand of football. Do it really hard. Do it together, and then see what happens. And not. I'm more worried about how cold it's going to be at practice.
Is it going to be cold in Dillon?
Oh, brutal today.
Well, that wind definitely doesn't help. There's no question about that.
No, especially when it's going to be 33 degrees.
Yeah, we have a 32, and I think it feels like of 21 today, so that's always fun.
Yeah, so, but like I told the kids, that's what it's about. We live in Montana, football in Montana. To keep winning, you have to be tough. And you have to practice. And I guarantee Coach Van Diest and Howlett didn't have them in the gym back in the day.
No, definitely not. Hey, I got to ask you this real quick before I let you go. How big was that win over Dickinson, and do you think it helped the Bulldogs get in?
I think it was big. Not as big as you would think for the nation. They like to make excuses of why those things happen when the Frontier beats other teams. So, but I think it was big in terms of giving us an 8th win. It's hard to keep a team out of the playoffs that can win 8 games. It's hard to win 4 games, let alone 8 games, And then for us, I think of those 8 games, most of them were double wins, You got to beat Tech twice. Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's hard stuff to do, And then you got to beat Rocky. at the end of the game when you'd already played them a lot. I mean, and you already know what everybody's going to do. You know, these things are hard, and it just seasons you. And I hope it seasons us enough to be able to compete with these guys. They're very, very talented, well deserving of their ranking.
Yeah, they are, but so are you guys, and I can't wait to watch you guys pull off the upset on Saturday afternoon, 11 o'clock Mountain, I guess, is the kickoff time, and you can listen to it. KDBM's going to have it, 1490. Love their coverage. You guys ended the season on a strong note, winning 4 out of the last 5. Get you into the playoffs. Coach, it's always a pleasure to chat with you. Good luck to you and the Bulldogs. Get the job done, and let's talk next week about round 2, shall we?
Yeah, that'd be incredible, wouldn't it?
That is Montana Western coach Ryan Nourse joining us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. All of our guests appear via the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. It's more than a bundle. It's your home, it's your auto, it's your life insurance. And Mike understands that. Get hold of Mike Miller State Farm in Helena. So the Bulldogs will take on Lindsey Wilson, which will be a fantastic football game. There's no question about that. Other first-round matchups will have Morningside, Iowa. Actually, that game, by the way, the Montana Western game will be at 11:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on 1490 KDBM in Dillon. Let's see. Morningside will host Ottawa out of Arizona. Ottawa 8-1 on the year. Morningside 10-0. 11-0 Grandview, ranked number 3, will host Dickinson State. Dickinson State making its 22nd appearance. 7-21 overall. Blue Hawks don't have a whole lot of success in the playoffs. Northwestern will host, out of Iowa, will host Central Methodist, Missouri. In Indiana, Wesleyan will take on Kansas Wesleyan, and Indiana will host that one. Combined, they are 19-2. Reinhardt, the 6th seed, will host the 12th seed, the Kaiser Seahawks out of Florida. Marion, Indiana, the 7th seed, takes on Southwestern, Kansas, and then Concordia, 8th seed, takes on St. Xavier. So there you go, out of Illinois. Let's see here. There are combined 9 championships in this championship bracket. You have Grandview, which has won 1. Lindsey Wilson has won 1. 2 for Marion, Indiana, 2 for Morningside, 2 for Northwestern, and 1 for St. Xavier. So those are your champions that are in the bracket in the FCS playoffs for the NAIA. It's the Football Championship Series is why it's called the FCS. But there's definitely some good teams in there. A lot of great teams. Ottawa making its 2nd appearance, was last in 2019. Western's first appearance since 2002. Central Methodist making its first appearance. Western's just its 4th appearance overall, first since 2002, as we mentioned. 8-3 on the year. And that win over Dickinson was definitely huge, like Coach Nourse said, giving the Bulldogs 8 wins on the year. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. Your Auto Concepts Performance of the Week on this day in history. And we'll tell you what's coming up tomorrow, too. Jason Walker Show, final call for tweets at JWalkerSports, or your phone calls, 209-1267, or your text. This segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender. Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show.
This is the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back. Final segment on a Tuesday, Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center. This segment brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes. Oh, so happy that Montana Custom Log Homes is on board as a fantastic sponsor for the Jason Walker Show. We appreciate it, and you will appreciate the work that Montana Custom Log Homes will do for you. Over 50 years combined log home experience behind them to make your dream log home a reality, and they're committed to building you the finest log and timber frame structures in the world. They're crafting homes that last for generations, not just a couple of years, but for a long, long time. Generations. They have 3 distinct types of log home construction, okay, to cater to your preference, your budget requirements, your choice and details and craftsmanship. Your dream home is attainable. Art and Robin have assembled the finest craftsmen in the Bitterroot Valley from some of the finest log home companies that ever existed to ensure a unique set of skills for each and every project that they craft. From small weekend getaway cabins to executive homes and large lodges, each and every structure receives the same highest commitment to service and quality that is available in the marketplace. Hey, get a hold of MontanaCustomLogHomes.com. Montana all spelled out. Like I said, over 50 years of experience getting the right work done. Your Montana Rodeo Roundup, presented by Mark LaRoe Photography. Mark's got calendars out now, and it's a good time to get a hold of Mark at marklaroephotography.com. One big rodeo over the weekend, and not real good for Montanans, but down in Las Vegas at the PRCA Rodeo for 2 days. I think they did 4 performances. But Clayton Bigelow wins the bareback, and steer wrestling went to Chet Boren. A lot of Montanans taking the time off before they head off to the NFR. Team roping, Zane Barnson, Cole Wilson, along with Tyler Waters and Tyler McKnight, split first and second. Casey 2 in there with at third with Brushton Minton. Let's see here. Stetson Wright wins the Saddle Bronc. Ryder Wright was second. Spencer Wright was fifth. Team tie-down roping, Trampus Kornberg. I'd like to know where he's from. Let's see here. Barrel racing, Cassidy Champlin goes 1779 to get the win. And I'm not really seeing a whole lot of Montanans on there. Like I said, taking some time off. Garrett Smith won the bull riding. Rylan Wright in there. Cole Wagner was third. Big PRCA rodeo in Las Vegas. Of course, the big PRCA rodeo is the Wrangler National Finals, and it comes up in about 3 weeks. And in fact, next week we will talk with Miss Rodeo Montana, Katie Lynn Krause. She'll be heading down. She leaves the Saturday of after Thanksgiving, heads down to Vegas to compete in Miss Rodeo America pageant. So we wish Katie Lynn the best of luck, and of course she'll be with us next week. And looking forward to chatting with her. We'll also talk to some cowboys and cowgirls that are headed down next week as well, or in the week after. Yeah, because NFR starts the week after Las Vegas, or Thanksgiving, like exactly a week after Thanksgiving. Let's see here. What else? That's your Montana Rodeo Roundup presented by Mark LaRoe Photography. Then what do we want to get to? How about your Auto Concepts Performance of the Week? Should we do that? I think we should. Your Auto Concepts Performance of the Week, we're going to give it to 4 teams. Your state champs in volleyball. AA, CMR goes in 5, 19-17 in the 5th to beat Billings West to get the title for CMR, an undefeated season. In A, Billings Central goes over Havre, second championship match, and the second straight title for the Rams, the 4th in 5 years. Huntley Project comes back in Class B. Joliet won it last year. Huntley Project lost to Joliet. Well, Huntley Project said not anymore. They sweep Jefferson, the 13th state title in school history and the 13th straight championship match overall. By the way, Townsend finished 3rd, so good showing by the Elkhorn rivals, Jefferson and Townsend. In Class C, Manhattan Christian goes over Plentywood, took second championship match to get it done, second title in 3 years for the Christian Eagles. So that's our Auto Concepts Performance of the Week. All of your volleyball champions, CMR, Billings Central, Huntley Project, and Manhattan Christian. And again, great showings by Jefferson and Townsend in Class B, local schools. There are state football games coming up this weekend, and they're going to be good. They are going to be really, really good. And I'm going to tell you what they are as we get to it, get down to it, get down on it. In Class AA, Friday night at the Garden City of Missoula, you have Sentinel looking for a 21st straight win and a back-to-back title, hosting West. Spartans beat West in Game 1 this year at Washington Grizzly Stadium, and it'll be a rematch of last year. It was a very close game. Was it just a couple of points earlier in the season? And West in the first game of the year. It'll be at Missoula County Public Stadium. It is the first championship in Missoula since Big Sky beat Hellgate back in '94. So there you go. West lost at Sentinel in round one in game 1 this year, 22-19, back on August the 27th. So that'll be Friday night in Missoula. On Saturday, Class A, it'll be Laurel hosting Hamilton in Class A. East versus West, basically. Class B, Florence Carlton will host Big Fork. We'll talk to Big Fork coach Jim Ben coming up on Thursday or Friday, one of the two. He will join us this week. In 8-man, Thompson Falls, Drummond Phillipsburg, and I believe it's at Thompson Falls. In 6-man, Power Dutton Brady will host defending champs Floyd Lake. The Titans and the Red Hawks. That'll be a fun one. Looking forward to that. Kellen Doheny for Power Dutton Brady. Been doing some research already because I'll be calling that game on NFHS Network at 1 o'clock from Dutton. Mason Deathman for Floyd Lake. A couple of great quarterbacks. And I'm looking forward to seeing this game and to calling this game. Jovan Nesbitt, Ashton Hobbs, Quinn Hebert for Floyd Lake. John Behringer, Spencer Lorenz, Jacob Feldman, just a couple of studs, along with Doheny for PDB. So PDB, FL. That'll be a fun one on Saturday. Also Saturday, you've got all the NAIA first-round games. You've got Cat Grizz. We'll talk to Alex Eshelman tomorrow about that. But let's do this. It is your On This Date brought to you by Mountain Nutrition, 3222 Centennial Drive. And 21 vitamins and minerals in your teas and in your shakes. And I missed them all weekend when I was down at Auburn. It wasn't the same not having my chocolate peanut butter Oreo shake or my Jason Walker Show tea. So get in tomorrow and check out the great menu, Mountain Nutrition, 3222 Centennial Drive. November 16th, it is National Fast Food Day, it is National Button Day, and Check Your Wipers Day. On this date, 1926, New York Rangers Ice Hockey Club was the first game, beating the Montreal Maroons 1-0 at Madison Square Garden. 1957, Bill Russell of the Celtics sets an NBA record with 49 rebounds. 1957 as well, University of Oklahoma, the NCAA win streak ends at 47 for the Sooners, losing 7-0 to Notre Dame at Memorial Stadium. 1962, Wilt Chamberlain of the San Francisco Warriors would score 73 points. 1969, President Richard Nixon becomes the first president to attend a regular season NFL game while in office. He watched the Dallas Cowboys beat Washington Redskins. In 1964, on this date, Dwight Gooden was born, a great pitcher for the New York Mets, and toss a no-hitter for the New York Yankees in 1996. It is Oksana Bayul's birthday, born on this date, 1977, in the Ukraine, won gold in 1994, and figure skating. Al Capone released from Alcatraz on this date in 1939. He would die of syphilis, right? Is that right? I think that's right. So there you go. On this day in history, brought to you by Mountain Nutrition. Check them out on Facebook, MTN Nutrition, or on Instagram, MTN Nutrition MT. And if you check in at one of those two with a picture of your shake or your tea, you get $1 off. And also, every 10th punch, you get a free one. So, Mountain Nutrition, love them. Check them out, 3222 Centennial Drive in Helena, right between BMC and Auto Concepts.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
Hey, great time today. Great being back in the seats. Thanks for being patient with us while we were surprising my oldest daughter down in Auburn over the weekend. Auburn football, SEC football, man, it just feels different. Tomorrow, we will talk with Alex Eshelman. That's what she said. She'll join us. Get her thoughts on the Cats and the Grizz. Her first Cat Grizz experience. Also this week, Rob Stanton, Dane Oliver, Jim Ben, championship football coaches will join us. Odessa Zentz, Kylie Hartnett, Carly Ryan will join us as well. It's going to be a fun week. Hope you stick with us. Alex Eshelman tomorrow, Jason Walker Show. Hope you have a fun one. If you missed anything, go to jasonwalkershow.com. We'll see you back here tomorrow, 4 o'clock.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.